A demon strikes at the heart of the city. An elusive killer committing horrible crimes. Just like 100 years ago, women are being savagely murdered by a killer who vanished in the shadows. Now the party must search for answers in Spitalfields Market, through the narrow alleys of the tenements, in the haunted 10 Bells, within the sinister Whitechapel, and down into the sewers which carry all the filth from the city above.
Return of the Ripper is an urban horror investigation adventure for Dungeon Crawl Classics RPG, set in the fantasy district of Spitalfields, which you could drop into Punjar's Smoke District or any other fantasy city of your choice. The adventure is an homage to and a remix of the original Goodman Games DC-24 Legend of the Ripper adventure, which is about to celebrate its 20th anniversary. It's not a simple conversion of Legend of the Ripper, and nor is it a sequel. It's more like a reboot, which preserves some of the memorable and inventive encounters from the original adventure, but significantly expands and reinterprets the earlier work. One of the new elements in this adventure is the investigation of the murders in 4 brand new and fully detailed city districts, populated with an array of grotesque NPCs. The module also includes 4 dungeon-like adventuring locales, which preserve the most memorable encounters from the original Legend of the Ripper, while augmenting them with new challenges for the party. This adventure is not a one-night stand, it's more like a mini-campaign. The manuscript is finished, and this Kickstarter is for the art assets and the maps. The cover for the original Legend of the Ripper was by D&D luminary Jeff Dee, and I've invited Jeff to paint a brand new cover for Return of the Ripper. Interior art will be by Chris Holmes, who needs no introduction in the OSR community, and Italian horror comics illustrator Arjuna Susini. Let's talk to the artists to find out more.
Hi everyone, I'm Jeff Dee. Just want to say hi and let you all know that Michael Davis is bringing me back for his remix of the original Goodman Games Legend of the Ripper adventure to do a great big wraparound full color acrylic painted cover.
Jeff, it's great to have you on this project, but this isn't the first work you've done for Dungeon Crawl Classics RPG. In fact, some of your artwork appears in the DCC core rulebook.
Yeah, Black and Whites I did for them. I think for those guys, I did the wizard doing the fly spell, and I wanted to do something different. So not like a Superman kind of flight, that would have been wrong, and not like riding on a broom like a witch, that would have been wrong. So instead he's holding a staff under his arm and levitating that, and that's how he gets around. I remember doing that piece for him.
What are your memories of the original cover from DC-24 Legend of the Ripper way back in 2005?
I remember that period pretty well. I did a number of things for Goodman back in those days. There was one with a were-rat in the sewers that I remember, a lobster creature in a lava cave that I remember very well. So I remember that period, but the actual brushstrokes, no, that is all faded. I do have a vague recollection of some goblin-y guy standing over a body. Oh, there he is. Yeah, with the pink mist in the background. There we go. Oh, yeah, okay. I remember it well now. Now, you've commissioned me to do an acrylic painting instead of watercolor, which is what this piece was. So what are you doing for interior art?
Chris Holmes is doing some of the interior art. In fact, he's working on some sketches right now.
Oh, that's great.
So
Chris is good people.
Let's have a chat with Chris. Chris, how do you know Jeff?
He was the first person I met at North Texas. We almost got to work on a project together, but it didn't work out. I see him every year. Very happy to play with him when I can.
I've only played with Jeff once. It was also at North Texas. I played in his Tech Email game.
I was there, Michael. We were at the same table. I just realized it. Yeah, like we hadn't met each other yet. Yeah, we were exploring the underworld, and we didn't do very good. I was not very effective spellcaster. I forgot which god I worshipped, but yeah. He had wonderful miniatures. We were exploring the underworld.
So what have you been working on recently?
Done a few illustrations for my re-release of my dad's Pellucidar novels. Mahars of Pellucidar. Did a frontispiece, a little pen and ink drawing, and a couple of Mahars, a race of intelligent pterodactyls that Edgar S. Burroughs created. And then I did some drawings for a module adventure from Pace Setter Games This was based on my father's original dungeon, and it has reproductions of his pencil original map. Bill Barsh used a lot of ideas of my father's in it, and then he also hired me to do some more drawings. So your other adventure that I read, you have a great sense of place, kind of interesting minor characters and investigative sort of narrative. It's a fun read. I enjoyed it. So I'm excited to do some drawings.
It's great to have you on board. You told me you wanted to draw the obelisk from the opening scene.
I'm excited. I'm going to start drawing some glyphs for you to look at, and maybe some ideas about the eye and where the eye would be on the triangle or above the triangle, and whether it would have rays coming out of it, stuff like that.
What was it that grabbed your interest about the obelisk?
Obelisks remind me of one of my favorite illustrators, Edward Gorey. Plus, they're such a silly architectural thing because they're just a giant geometric phallus with no function. So those are two reasons I like the obelisk. Plus, it'll have hieroglyphs, which I like hieroglyphs. It's just some of the things I like about architecture are all sort of on one little blob there. Speaking of blobs, I love blobs, and that's the other thing I picked, which is the bone jelly. I'll draw you a sketch of my idea of it, because it could look a couple of different ways. So are we going to have an international group of artists, and I get to be the token American?
I'm reprising my role as cover artist from the original Legend of the Ripper module.
Oh, right, Jeff Dee.
Yeah.
I forgot about him.
But indeed, we have some European talent working on the project. I've commissioned Italian horror comics artist Arjuna Susini to do some of the interior art. Arjuna, you describe your style as old school.
Allora, io di base lavoro in analogico, ok? Pennelli, pennini, la sporcizia del disegno, la non perfetta precisione che deriva dall'utilizzo di questi medium è già parte del mio stile. Vecchia scuola, sì, molto vecchia, diciamo.
What are some of your influences?
La resa che io cerco può essere ritrovata in certi film degli anni 30, nel bianco e nero un po' bruciato, anche dell'espressionismo tedesco, oppure anche Bergman in alcuni film, la bruciatura in qualche modo. Quello, diciamo, però non è sempre continuo, perché non in tutti i progetti io vado uguale, ma doso un po', diciamo, questa cosa con la deformazione, con imprimere più contrasto in determinati momenti o della storia o in determinati progetti che sono consoni a questo tipo di linguaggio.
I feel your style fits very well with the aesthetic I was looking for this adventure.
Sì, perché comunque disegnare, diciamo, architetture vittoriane, Liberty, le atmosfere dell'Ottocento, i vestiti, i drappeggi, i cavalli, tutte queste cose, il fumo di Londra, diciamo che queste atmosfere qui con il mio stile, diciamo, cozzano parecchio bene.
Thank you all for being a part of this project. I'm very excited about it. Now all we need is for people to fund it so I can pay you. So please tell the backers to put their money on the table.
Grazie per il supporto, e se volete addentrarvi in questa atmosfera ottocentesca con Jack lo Squartatore, questo è il progetto giusto.
I think it's going to be great.
Throw all your money at him, because it's going to be worth it. Thanks a lot.